Okay, and away we go. Morning, Doug. How are we doing? No trades yet. Yeah, I was looking at this Frza. I traded Frza for Frza X1. The recent IPO looks like IPOs are the recent IPOs are the way to go this morning. Frza X1, Magic Empire, Treasure Global. All of these are substantially up pre-market, but we'll see. Yeah, I did. I got on Magic Empire yesterday. When it started to move up, pretty much like straight after I finished the stream, as soon as it started to move up, it moved up like $5, I think it was. Was it $7? No, $5. Right after the stream ended. And yeah, so Magic Empire Group, where are you? Let's have a look at it on the 5 minutes. So we're going to have a look at this from yesterday. Yeah, so I ended the stream here. We were down about 10k, and I got on this and rode it all the way up. And it went from where I got in at 12k, all the way up to over 17 and a half. So yeah, it actually started that if you breakout would have really started on the 5 minute chart, it's $11. I got in at 12 and rode it up. So yeah, Magic Empire moved huge amounts yesterday, and it's retained most of its gains as well. So if we look at it this morning, it's still of interest. Hey Matty, yeah, Miyako, she's fine. She just had a treat, a pre-stream treat. Buddy T, what platform am I trading on? I'm using Dash Trader Pro. So this, what you're seeing here is one chart on the Dash Trader Pro. I'm actually streaming on YouTube, where you can actually see more of my platform, Twitch, ShareVision, and Twitter. So I'm multicasting to multiple platforms. What tends to happen is the TikTok stream gets the busiest, and I get more chat on the TikTok stream. So, but the space is a lot more limited on the TikTok stream, so you can't see as much on the TikTok stream. But you know, a lot of people have the chat from TikTok and also have the YouTube or Twitch or ShareVision or whichever open as well, and they're looking at both. It's the same stuff. It's just you can see more on the more of the platform on. Frza is the play so far. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Not very well. Hey Dave, how you getting on? What kind of indicators am I using? Well, price action and volume primarily. I use I rely upon the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, is the indicator that I rely upon, because that tells me what trend we're actually exhibiting on what the trend the price action is exhibiting. Right now, Magic Empire Group, we were just talking about it from its action yesterday. This is downwards trending because it's underneath the VWAP. I've also on this chart, I've got the 200, 20 and 9 EMAs. But I don't tend to rely upon those as much. They're just there for a confirmation more than anything else. So Frza right now is just trading sideways between 9 and 950. We've got AMTD. Puno's going to absolutely be livid when when he comes on the stream. He was holding bags with the AMTD from 950, and he sold them yesterday. And to be fair, he used the equity that he sold them for a loss yesterday. But to be fair, he used the equity and made some. I think it was on Magic Empire off the top of my head. It was on something else anyway. But AMTD is up 40% this morning. So, go figure. Just typical. I'll put on favourite. Absolutely, he's gonna be absolutely livid. And I've been telling him since last week to cut the loss. Always get back in if it rallies. And if he cut the loss when I told him, he'd still be losing, but he could be looking at getting back in here for a discount. Now he's getting back in at a premium if he does go back in. TGL is a low float. Is it good today? Well, it is a low float stock. It's a recent IPO. So two things with that. If it does rally, you've got to watch for potential second offerings. This happens quite a lot with IPOs. It depends on the terms of the IPO and whether they're allowed to offer a second what kind of time frame they're allowed to offer a secondary offering. But if the initial IPO goes well, sometimes they'll put out more shares. Or they might have held some back from the initial free float, internal holdings, etc., and then they'll release those as a secondary release. So just be careful with that. But it is up to date. There's a lot of movement today with the recent IPOs. There's a Treasure Global, TGL. We've got Magic Empire, which is MEGL. We've got Frza X1, which is FRZA. All of these are recent IPLs over the last week or two. So TGL, let's pull it up on the screen. You can see it's up 25% already today. It's moving like... actually, I want to get in this. Now there's volume coming in. Can't just jump in and willy-nilly and hope for the best. It might reverse on me. I want a bit of confirmation. Pull back. There we go. We've got to pull back now. We're in at 914 here. Just take some off. Didn't get the full amount, but we'll take some off. We'll add some back at the $0.50. And when we get to the $0.50, we'll add back. This is nice and volatile. 9 was a very good entry. I got it 914. I got the pullback to 9, and then as it started to move up, I was a little bit slow to the trigger. But if you got in at 9, nice. Nice start to the day. Struggling at 10. Will it break 10? Well, comes below a 980, I'm just going to take the profits and run. Oh, there's 10. Wow, well, this is going parabolic. This is nice. We like this. This is a nice trade first thing. Taking half off up at the top there because we're getting a bit of a pullback. Always add back in, not a problem. We'll get out for the rest. Okay, nice start. 4,800 on the day. Good morning, Dunkers. Yeah, because that pullback to 920, I was willing to just go break even at that stage. I took some profit at 930 when it started to make a bit of a pullback, and then rode the rest up. And that's what I like to do as well. Is you enter a position, I like to get to the initial target, take some off, and then the rest I can either get out break even. It just gives it, rather than getting out too early, it gives it that little bit of breathing room to go on a run, and in this case do a bit of a parabolic move, if you will. Hey George. Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's a good thing about it. This is why it's no point getting, excuse me, there's no point getting FOMO on a stock that's moving. If it's genuinely a reliable move, it'll either, when it consolidates, it'll either give you another move after the consolidation. Like in this case, we're getting a pullback, so we'll either get a nice consolidation move, or it'll pull back, and you potentially could have got faked out in the first instance, so it saves you some money. I've got DNA, I don't need to, there we go. DNA is sideways at the moment from where it popped up to 430s. It's got a high at the moment of 437. This morning. In the after hours yesterday, it did 444. So pre-market high 437. That's and General Motors, George. I'll take a look at General Motors for you. General Motors, nobody's trading it at the moment. Yeah, it probably will do, Kai. It probably will, in sympathy. There'll be quite a few others, but all these IPOs are moving in sympathy with each other at the moment, as far as I can see. General Motors, it's 30, just under 39.38 right now, but nobody's trading it. So wait for the bell. It's steady gains, tends to move with the market. Market had a good day yesterday. Frza, so yeah, Frza X1 is just moving sideways. V, no, low volume at the minute, so watch for this one. This is Twin V Power Cats, had a run yesterday. I actually lost, no, it sold off yesterday. I lost money on this yesterday. Lost about $1,000 on this one yesterday. Iridium that fleeced me. TGL looking at moving back up again. AMTD. Frza. TGL's the one at the moment. We've got another recent IPO here as well. Corporate Housing Group just popped up with this kind of sympathy momentum up to $4. So this is a slightly lower price, but yeah, keep watching. So now we've got 78 as the high of that candle. So I'm looking for another $125 for today's goal. May as well go to sleep. If I can get another $125 before the bell, I'll go to sleep until after the bell, and then I'll trade the small account. The small account, first day yesterday, we did $400 on the small account. That was on Revlon. Only takes one stop. We've not traded, just switch over to small account to show you that we've not traded that yet. So we've not traded the small account yet. Or you can't see on TikTok. You can't see the P&L of the small account on TikTok, only on the YouTube. Back to TGM. Some will be saying, if this was a kind of a flag setup, which it is, why would you have not got in here at 950? Now, there's an argument to say you could have got in for the break of new highs, 954, 955, and rolled that up for 20 cents. What did I go up? 78, 25 cents. You could have done that, but you would have had to. I mean, what's the spread on this? It's 5 cents as well, so you may have got a 20-cent move at best. But you would have had to have really tight, manage your risk really well on that, because I was looking at the 2 minute. If you look at the 2 minute, you never got a candle make a new high. So that's the thing here is you're looking for confirmation on higher time frames. You might be looking for the patterns on the smaller time frame for the micro entries, but you're looking for the confirmation on the higher time frames. Otherwise, this would have faked you out. You're looking for a move back up to the highs and retest of 10. You're just going to fake you out. I was expecting maybe a bounce at the whole dollar there at 9, but this is pulling all the way back. Might get a severe bounce and a move back up, which could take advantage of, but I would wait now for the break of the VWAP. So the VWAP currently is at 9.25, which is a $0.25, which is also an important psychological level. So if it breaks the VWAP, then you can look at maybe. So they rejected at the first attempt at the VWAP. Ideally, you would looking for 9.35, which is the high of this candle here. The candle on the 2 minute is 9.35. That's what you will be looking for. But you've got the VWAP here, so maybe it breaks the VWAP, moves another 10 cents and continues, or it could break the VWAP, get a bit of a fake out, and then pull back. Big moves. AMTD sideways, Bread Bath and Beyond sideways, Frza X1 sideways, Magic Empire slightly sideways but slightly downwards. I'll download that particular move for tonight's recap off YouTube. Nice, nice move, was that? Okay, guys, let's tap that screen 10 times. Hey, stock printer, how you doing? I'm not too bad. A good start to the day. I'm just trying something out today in terms of multicasting. I'm streaming to uh, Share Vision, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Where else? So multiple audiences, shall we say? Your car got stolen from in your driveway. Where do you live? Moss Side? And you're saying that, back when I was a teenager, my car got petrol bombed on in front of my house. So, well, in front of my parents' house. I did live in a rough neighbourhood, so that was kind of London. Yeah, well, TGL's fading. Yeah, no, I can see that. But there's nothing else really perking up. Let's have a look at Frza. It's a bit scrappy at the minute. Get rid of this line. This is a bit scrappy, but trading sideways. So we just want to see. Oh, here we go. They've got another IPO. Oh, sorry, Reborn Coffee. So it's the day of IPOs today. These are all recent IPOs that have taken place over the last week or 2 weeks. So a lot of volatility. Actually, Frza just popped there. Looking for the $0.75 level. That's an important level here. Got that was 68. High of day so far is 80. $9.60. So we're getting some of these. So this was Corporate Housing Group popped up, a recent IPO as of last Thursday, I believe. No, Friday. This was the IPO last Friday. And then we've got Reborn Coffee, which was also an IPO last Friday. So these both of those had red days to start off with. TGL just traded this. This was an IPO last Thursday, the day before. I don't tend to trade IPOs on the first day because there's no patterns that you can look for. There's no references in terms of support, resistance, or anything like that. So I tend to look at the price action. I'll watch an IPO by all means, but I don't tend to trade it on the first day. Second or third day, you usually get a good indication of the price movement and the volatility of the stock, if there's people trading it, people interested in it, etc., etc. Today is the fourth day for TGL. To be fair, it did have some movement yesterday, a little bit, but this is the fourth day since the IPO for TGL. We've got Magic Empire, this is the eighth day since the IPO for Magic Empire Group. It was not last Friday, but the Friday before. So, and this is the one that went good for us yesterday. It started off bad and then went good for us. We were about 10,000 down on Magic Empire Group yesterday, and then right after the stream, it popped and it went and moved about $7 in total, nearly over the course of about an hour. How are you, chart skills? The problem with Magic Empire Group that freaked me out yesterday was the spreads were very rangy. Just early doors, it was like 30 cents, anywhere between 15 and 30 cents. Just be careful of the spreads as well. When you're trading, you need to factor that into your risk. When you're calculating what you're risking on a trade, you need to factor in the spreads as well, because that's very important. If you've got something that's, if you take 10,000 shares, take 1,000 shares, for example, let's not go big size like I do. You need a big account to do that. If you take 1,000 shares and the spreads are 30 cents, straight away you're $300 down before there's any price movement, before there's any price action. You're down $300. So you need to factor that in. You can't put a 25-cent stop on a stock that's got a 30-cent spread, because you'll enter and it'll stop you out straight away. So, Jim, nice one. You've already had a good start as well. Magic Empire. What time did you start trading? I'm not able to trade before 7:30 market time. So that's 12:30 here where I am. Green is generated 4 a.m. Which broker are you with, Jim? Allows you to trade from 4. I've got a good feeling about today. Good start. I can afford to be selective now. We're only 125 bucks away from goal, so. Interactive. All right, I'll have to look at that, because my interactive allows me, I think it's 7 a.m. they allow me. Unless they've changed policies recently. I've not day traded with interactive for quite a long time. Penny stocks, I don't tend to trade the penny stocks for a number of reasons, but I kind of set my filters to $2. I like my sweet spot's kind of between 5 and 30. You know, I'll trade as low as $2. I try not to go below $3, but I will trade as low as $2 on occasion. And I try not to trade above kind of $50, but my sweet spot is between 5 and 30. If you make money, you're going to subscribe. Well, don't follow me blindly. Don't follow anyone blindly. Do not try to copy my trades. The reason for that is the stream, it has latency on the stream. So I've entered a trade. When you see it, I may have already got out. Or I've exited a trade. When you see it, I've already done that. So just don't copy me blindly. If you want to learn how to trade, I'm happy to teach you so that you can actually do your own make your own decisions. You'll be able to spot the exit indicators yourself and trade it yourself. Not a problem with that, but don't copy me blindly. You probably will lose. I'm not saying you will, but the high likelihood is you will lose money. You'll see me gaining money, be like, how did he do that? And just be careful. Silver Dollar Club, what about level 2? I've got level 2. Yeah, I'm trading pre-market, Chris, yes. This is Dash Trader Dash Trader Pro. Dash as in, or DAS, or however you pronounce it, potato, tomato. This is Dash Trader Pro. It's the acronym is Direct Access Software Trader Pro. Dash Trader Pro. It's one of the premier direct market platforms, ideally suited for day traders. What platform would I recommend? Dash Trader Pro. There's probably 3 that I would recommend that I've used myself. There are a number of good platforms out there, but ideally you want something that's got direct market access, which will afford you narrower spreads and faster execution. So something like Dash Trader, Sterling Trader, TC2000, something like that is really good. I prefer Dash Trader. It's the platform I've got profitable on. I enjoyed trading with Sterling Trader as well. That was good. I traded with Sterling Trader when I did the TradeNet World Series of Day Trading last year, and that's a decent platform as well. Direct market access is important because, as I say, you get fast execution speeds. You also want a platform that's going to give you the ability to execute scripts, hotkeys, hot buttons, anything like that as well. Anything that's going to give you a little bit of an edge. That's what you're looking for. Yes, I do look at level 2. I don't use level 2. I use level 2 for confirmation more than anything else. I don't trade at level 2 because the simple reason for that is level 2 can be manipulated. Somebody can put a big order in at a certain level and cancel it just before it gets there. That's well recognized. However, I do look at level 2 just for confirmation of support and resistance levels. If I'm looking for a breakout, let's say we're getting a flat top formation and I'm looking for a breakout. If I've got multiple big orders at that level, at that resistance level, I won't put my order in at that resistance level. I'll put my order in above that. So once we're broken above that, then I'll enter for that breakout. That's what I'll use level 2 for. No problem at all, Jay. Favorite setup, but on which time frame? I've got multiple setups that I like. It depends. So you're looking at longer time frames. I do like a double bottom. I like an inverse head and shoulders because I'm long biased. I like an inverse head and shoulders as well. My favorite setup is probably just a simple bull flag. On the 1 minute, a simple bull flag on the 1 minute on a volatile stock that's exhibiting a good trend. The reason for that is that you get a good bull flag and you can get multiple. They're very common. You get multiple bull flags if a stock price action is following a particular trend. If it's a bullish trend, then it gives you good entry points to get in. Now, of course, the accuracy of a bull flag versus an inverse head and shoulders, for example, is lower, but you just put stops in, you manage your risk and put stops in place. How did I do yesterday at Penn State? I finished. I was just under 10,000 down at the end of the day. We got a good pop on Magic Empire, so I'll show you Magic Empire. So if you look at this on the 15-minute, we finished here. We actually lost money on this on Magic Empire, but then it popped up and it moved $5-6 all the way up, and we got the whole move, which was nice. And that was about $16,000 swing in my favor. So that was good. And then we traded Bed Bath & Beyond a little bit later, and we got another 3,000-4,000 out of that. So we were down quite heavily, and then we finished just under 10,000 down. So we've got a bit of a drawdown to make back, but I'm not gonna swing just to claw back the drawdown. We had a red day yesterday. It's the 4th one of August, and that doesn't sit well with me. I think if I'm just have a look at my TraderView journal. No, May we had a terrible. We had 8 red days in May. That's why we didn't make any money. So the most I've had this year so far in a calendar month has been 4. So I had 4 in March, 4 in April. So I've already equaled that, but we've got 12 trading days left, including today. So the idea is let's stay green. Hey Les, how you getting on? Oh, I can smell food. Well, I'm with CMEG Jim. Where are you based, by the way? Because if you're in the UK and you try interactive brokers, not a good idea if you're in the UK unless you've got a large account. I say large account with 25,000 or above, because interactive brokers in the UK have now started implementing the PDT rule, and I think that came into place last November when they changed the regulators. So my favorite indicators, the VWAP. It's a lagging. Most indicators are lagging. So they're telling you what's happened previously. They're telling you what the price action has been, which you can see for yourself with the candlesticks. So it's not really telling you anything that you shouldn't already know. So the only leading indicators that you've really got is your volume profile, so the volume histogram at the bottom here, and the price action. Anything else is, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my pretty much everything else is going back on time frames of whatever you put it to, and it's based on previous price action. Now the volume weighted average price is based on previous price action, but it's also based on the volume profile as well. Now I look at volume by price for where people are actually trading at. I look at the volume and I look at the price action. Now the VWAP is an indicator for me that I use all the time. But for trading intraday, I use it all the time because it shows me what the intraday trend is of that particular stock. So depending on what time frame, it becomes less relevant once you get out of the intraday time frame. So if you're going daily, weekly, monthly, that kind of thing, the VWAP's less relevant. But from an intraday, from a day trading perspective, the VWAP's very powerful. Now, other indicators that I use in higher time frames, if I'm looking at trading reversals, for example, I might use the RSI, I might use Bollinger Bands, I might use the MACD. But it really depends on what strategy that I'm employing as to what indicators. So different indicators have different strengths, and depending on the strategy that you're trading with, as to what indicators you might want to use. Okay, Jim. Well, CMEG's good for the USA. If you're struggling with the PDT rule, CMEG's great for that, being an offshore broker. So that's who I trade with. Not because they're an offshore broker. I tried a couple of brokers to start off with a few years ago, and when I got to see Megl, I didn't have any issues at all, and they give me that extra leverage as well. Okay, right, what else is moving? We're getting these IPOs showing some volatility. I don't like that. That looks like a very low volume. Bath and Body Works. It's a big jump. $2 almost. Big jump, but don't like it. Frza sideways. AMTD below the VWAP. Under $3 again. Where's Alpuno? Give me grief about telling him to sell his AMTD holding. To be fair, this might just be a bit of a dead cat bounce. So that's something that anybody that's been holding AMTD from, you know, bag holding for like $8, $9, $10, this could very well be a dead cat bounce. So just be careful with that one. TGL, that popped up. We were lucky to catch that. Looks like steadily selling off now. Lost most of those gains from that pop. DNA, low volume. Range is very narrow, so probably not. Magic Empire, sideways. I will just wait for something. Veru, low volume. AMC, what happened yesterday after nothing? This is strange. So look at this on the 15 minute. You can see all the action yesterday. Yesterday was the last day to be to own AMC to qualify for the special dividend, and it pretty much finished flat. It did nothing yesterday. It dipped down and then finished pretty much flat, almost a doji based on the bottom tailing doji on the daily. On the daily, you'll see. So here it's almost a bottom tailing doji, so pretty flat. I was expecting a little bit more volatility from AMC yesterday, based on the fact that, you know, we had that special dividend offering. But Bed Bath & Beyond moved up well yesterday, so we got this. Put this on the 15 minute. You can see where I got the gains out of this. So it sold off originally. We've traded it pre-market. We've got about 700 up on the pre-market, and I was hoping it would continue the upswing after the opening bell, and it didn't. It sold off. Then later in the day, it started to make a move up, and we got some of this move up, and we managed to get over $3,000 on that yesterday on this move up. So Bed Bath & Beyond traded it, and it traded fairly well as well, fairly nicely yesterday. Now we're expecting V might have, so this is Twin V Power Cats, sold off at the open and then traded sideways for the rest of the days. But this has a large shareholding in Frza X1, so this may move up in sympathy. Not great volume right now, but could be one to watch at the bell. Back to Frza X1. How's the markets looking? That's a good question. So, 0.25% down, 24 base points down at the moment. So this is yesterday's closing price, this dotted line here. Look at it on the 15 minute, you'll see the action. It moved up, really good rally yesterday, considering that there was a gap down. It was a really good rally after the bell, and it moved up quite substantially yesterday. Held most of the gains. It's slightly down, like say 20, 24 base points down, a 1/4%. This is the Nasdaq. This is the Qs, which is an ETF that represents the Nasdaq. You've got the SPY, which is an ETF that represents the S&P 500, which is indicative of the wider market. Again, this is slightly down, 21 base points. The Russell Index, again, 24 base points down. This is the ETF that tracks the low caps, so the low cap index. So this is relevant to me as a low float, low cap trader. I can look at Marathon Digital for you, no problem at all. Marathon Digital had a pop yesterday after it sold off at the open, had a bit of a rally, then sold off rest of the day. So let's look at this. It is on the 15-minute. So you can see this, how it popped before selling off, and then when it came down to kind of 17.5, it moved up a whole dollar. Not big range for Marathon Digital when you consider what it has done in the past. A little bit volatile, but still just sideways. Slightly down on yesterday on the closing price, but it's been sideways in the pre-market. Let's have a look at its counterpart, Riot Blockchain. Very similar pattern, kind of sideways since then. But these tend to follow Bitcoin. So let me have a quick look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is back under 24K. So Bitcoin 23,945 right now. So been pretty sideways since midnight. Well, 4 a.m. yesterday. Kind of choppy sideways around that 24K level. So it's just slightly below that right now, and that's why we're seeing kind of choppy sideways with Riot Blockchain, Marathon Digital, and some of the other crypto mining stocks that tend to follow the crypto market. Macadona is still green. It's 55 cents, just nearly 56 cents, 55.7 cents, and my average cost is 53.5. So it's the only one of them that is green at the minute. Everything else is red for me. Got 4 coins that I'm holding long term, and that's the only one that I'm not underwater with. So TGL. Let's go back to TGL on the 1 minute. Is it good at 922? Well, you've got the VWAP at 918, so I would wait till 922 is a bit of an obscure number. I would wait, certainly. I wouldn't trade this below the VWAP, which is currently 919 if you round up to the nearest penny. 919. Now you've then got the psychological resistance level of the $0.25. So granted, we've high here of 920. We've got a high here of 819, 820, 920, 925. That's what I'd be looking at, is 925. That's just me personally, not advice. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. But if you're getting back over the VWAP at 918, 919, then you've got the psychological level of the $0.25 of 925. So I would wait for it to break the VWAP, hold the VWAP, and potentially break 925. That's just me. 926, maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny this because, as I say, just my opinion, not financial advice. Don't sue me if that doesn't go your way. Where's my music gone? A bit quiet here. There you go. Oh, I've only got 1,000 more likes to go. I've got 40 minutes to do it, and then I can feed the dog a little treat. I'll give her 2 today because we've got this little. It looks like a brownie. I've had brownies like that. I'm not telling you what type of brownies that look like that, but I've had those in the past. I am not admitting to anything nefarious. So, Frza, I would say we've got levels up here around 930. We've been up above 925 and rejected. So I would say 930, 935 with Frza is probably a better bet. Just look at the higher time frames. Look at the 935, probably more relevant on Frza X1. Hello, you come to say hello? Hey, yeah. You enjoying the fresh air outside? Hey, stink. That's from going swimming in that pond every day. I'm gonna have to give you a shower. Let's see if your ribbon's dry and I put it in your hair later. Well, kind of, this could be the lull before the storm. This is low volume, but it's popped up. Yes, Wilhelmina. Now, you don't normally hear from her. So, AMTD, someone just unloaded 10,000 shares there. Just looking at on the time and sales ticker. Time and sales tip. We've got a lot of recent IPOs showing some kind of volatility. So Frza F1, TGL, Treasure Global, I think it's called. We've got Reborn Coffee, REBN, Magic Empire, which is MEGL. A lot of these recent IPOs just exhibiting some level of volatility. So it looks like we might get a decent day for trading. Actually, Frza on the 2 minute. Where is it? There's a nice trend line all the way down. I think I put this on there anyway. So it's kind of exhibiting there on the trend line. Well, nearly there, Matt. Les. That's going the wrong direction. What else have we got moving? Wilhelmina, no. TGL, maybe. Have a look. TGL moving up. Got rejected at the VWAP. That's why I did say with this Be careful. Needs to hold the VWAP. Went up, but it did go up as high as 34, but it does need to hold the VWAP. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the chat. Oh, you're Irish. Every day is different, yeah. Well, I quite frankly, Dave, bear market rally, I've been saying this for a while. People who are regular to the stream will testify. I've been saying that this is probably going to get another sell-off before long. It is a bear market rally as opposed to a new bull market, beginning of a bull market. But quite frankly, I don't care. As long as I'm trending one way or the other and we've got volatility in the market, I can take advantage of the moves. That's all I'm bothered about. I just want it trending in one direction or another. So I'm Irish. You wanted to talk about books to get started. So what I did to get started, so Andrew Aziz is a good author, and he's got a couple of good books. How to Day Trade for a Living is one of his. There's, once you get used to like reading charts and things, advanced day trading is, or advanced techniques in day trading, I think it's called advanced day trading. People who are on the Day Trade with Tony course will be able to back me up with this. You get these books for free with the course as well. You've got, I would recommend Jake Berenstein as well. He's good. The Complete Day Trade, it's a series. I think there's two or three volumes of, I think it's 2 volumes of the Complete Day Trader from Berenstein. But there's also 30 Days to Market Mastery, which is not just day trading, it's swing trading as well. So those are good books that I would start, and you get those free with well, not free, but included with the Day Trade with Tony course if you're registered registered for that. How I add VWAP in my chart, a blue line. I don't mean to sound condescending or insulting or whatever it is, but I don't understand what I can see it's a question because there's a question mark at the end of it, but I do not understand that question. So please, if English is not your foreign language, I apologize. If English is not your first language, English is a foreign language to you, I apologize. But please, can you reword the question so I can answer it, because I just don't understand what you're asking. Bed Bath & Beyond's below the VWAP. AMTD's below the VWAP. TGL below the VWAP. Magic Empire below the VWAP. Orza X1 ranging across the VWAP. So we've got a little bit of a lull at the moment. Half an hour. Half an hour to the bell. We've got any more IPOs today? Hang on a minute. Lucy was scheduled for yesterday. Let me just have a look at how that went. So on the 15-minute, so this was Lucy yesterday, sideways. 3 million shares traded. So this was Innovative Eyewear, or Lucy. This went IPO yesterday, but it's not exhibited any kind of direction, and it's pretty straight. I probably won't be trading that. And then we've got some Pax Medica later this week. We've got GigaCloud later this week. So I think we'll just keep an eye on the other recent IPOs. What's the 6 to 8, 6 to 10 cents spreads? Do you trade a ranging market? Try not to, Irish. That's May was particularly bad for that. It was a ranging market throughout the whole of May, and whilst technically I could say I was green in May, I actually lost money. So because of all the transaction fees and the likes that go with it, so I actually lost money in May, and it was very rangy. Sideways markets, those sideways, rangy, do-nothing markets are very difficult to trade. You're more prone to getting faked out in a ranging market than you will when you've got trending one way or the other. You can still get, you can still get stocks that go on they'll go on a roll. But what tends to happen is you'll get for example, gap and go is a strategy that I like to employ. I do enjoy trading a gap and go, but very often you'll get the move up and then it won't sustain. So those ranging markets, you'll get a little bit of a rally and then it'll pull back, and you'll get a bull flag setup and then it'll fail. And for me, it's very difficult to trade ranging markets. With a strong trending market or a strong stocks that are trending with a strong trend, and if your market is bullish, it's easier to find stocks that are also bullish. When your market is bearish, you can find stocks that are counter trending, and they can counter trend. If it's a strong bearish market, you can still get stocks that are rallying the opposite direction. Being long biased, and there's a number of reasons I'm long biased as opposed to, I'm not averse to going short, but I tend to go long the majority of the times. Look at this that we missed, a lovely double bottom on Magic Empire, and these typically break upwards, and we would have got a nice little entry here for 21.10, and all the way up to 22. So could have got a 90-cent move there. By not paying attention, we missed that one. But look, I'm not going to get FOMO. There'll be plenty of action in 25 minutes when the bell goes. I'd rather be profitable today. I don't want to have another 2 red days in a row. So I'll rather be profitable and wait for the opportunities than jump in prematurely and get faked out. Bed Bath & Beyond's got reasonable volume pre-market. It's just sideways. PGL's underneath the VWAP right now. DNA, can't trade that. Can't trade that. Even on a higher time frame, that's not looking great. It's just ranging along the VWAP sideways. The move up between kind of 6 and 730's happened already. No problem, Iris. That's what this stream's about. That's what this channel's about. Is you ask a question. If I know the answer, then I will answer. If not, I'll say, look, not something I'm familiar with. We can all learn together. If I don't know the answer, there may be somebody in the chat that does. Walmart. What's the deal with Walmart? Who's asking about Walmart? It's popped up nicely. So Walmart 4% up on the day. 138.30s at the moment, but it popped up nicely about 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah, 7 a.m. this morning. It had a bit of a pop. Let's have a look. I'll just see what the news. Apparently, there's some news out on Walmart because it's not at the level that we see. Walmart. Right. It's earnings this morning. Got earnings. So this is this week's earnings graphic. So we've got, yesterday we had whoever this Chinese stock is, Weber, ThoughtWorks, etc. Compass, all these. Walmart this morning, Home Depot this morning, Agilent this after hours, Jack Henry, Quick Logic, Pavement, all of these. There's obviously a lot more, but these are the main ones. Walmart Q2 earnings per share 177, down from 178 year over year. Sales 152.9 billion, which is a sales beat against the 150.75 billion estimate. So it's kind of mixed. Earnings per share are down slightly, but the sales, it's good sales news. So they were released a little while ago. The top of the hour they were released, so that's why we're getting those results. 8 a.m. I'm just looking for Walmart spices up Amazon rivalry by collaborating with Paramount. Yep, seen that one as well. So there's quite a few with Walmart. Quite a bit of news this morning with Walmart. So if you like trading these mid caps, this could be one to watch.